Hello everyone, welcome back to Sim Auctions. So for today's video, we're going to play the third game of a traditional World Series between Teddy's team and Nick's team. So as a reminder, these are the top two teams from a recent Sim Auction. And obviously in Sim Auctions, we replay entire seasons to determine winners, but I thought it would be fun to see how these two teams would square off against each other and see whether the results of a traditional 4 out of 7 would match up with what we came up with during the Sim Auction World Series. So in game one, Teddy's team defeated Nick's 6-4, but Nick's team came roaring back and won 13-2 in the second game. So we are now tied 1-1 going into the third game. And here we have a matchup of Don Sutton for Teddy's team, and Vinegar Bend Mizell, cool name, going up is who Nick's team is throwing up against Teddy's team. So here we go. Let's get this game started.
So settle in. This is a championship game.
So obviously we have Nick's lineup on the left-hand side of the screen, and then we have Teddy's lineup on the right. Again, Sutton pitching. In terms of just some call-outs, I've already mentioned Teddy's defense can be a little porous, especially at third base and at catcher. He's also got a 2 at first base, so potentially some issues defense, but Teddy does have a ton of hitting on the offensive side. So that more than makes up for it. All right, here we go. Grade 14, Don Sutton going up against, let me see, I forget, Mizell is a grade 12, so a pretty even matchup. Let's see what happens.
Here's the pitch. Pop foul behind first, near the stands. T moves under it, takes a couple of steps to his left, and makes the catch. One away. Sutton comes home. Hatberg sends this ball airmail to left. Gibson lopes for it. Should be an easy play, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Here comes a pitch. Justice hits one. High. Hard. Right field. But it won't be enough. Long covers it. It looked for a minute like it was gone. 3 down.
That was close. Justice hit a homer in game 1.
To the plate. Ellis bruises it, heading for the gap in left center. But Justice flags it down on the first bounce, and Ellis decides not to stretch it. He hugs first with a single. For Ellis, his first hit of the series. Now he comes home with it. Another wide one. Ball 4, and Miguel heads down to first, and Ellis moves to second. The runners take their lead. The pitch from Mizell, line to left center. Giving chase is Shelby, short of the track. And he snatches it on the fly. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in.
Shelby has a strong arm in center, so that probably factored into the decision not to send Ellis, who's a speed 15. Shelby has a strong 34 arm.
The runners take their lead. Now the delivery. Lifted high to right. Nye chasing it down and takes it in. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in.
So similar scenario there. Jermaine Dye has a grade 36 arm. In APBA, you can go as high as a grade 40 in terms of arms. So that is a very strong arm. Again, stopping Ellis at going to third. Not only that, there's 2 outs, so it wouldn't make any sense to make the third out at third base.
The runners take their lead. Mizell cranks it up. Well hit fly ball. Left center. Justice and Shelby converge. Justice calls him off and makes the catch. The pitch. Healthy cut by Tejada. He's out on strikes. 1 down. The offering from Sutton, driven to right. It's playable. Long moves under it and hauls it in. 2 down. Sutton into his motion, delivers. Bloop to second. Just out of reach. Nye rounds first and holds. He's on with a single. For Nye, his third hit of the series. Sutton rocks and fires. 1 hopper back to the mound. Sutton up with it. Throws to first to retire the side. Now Mizell pitches. Grounded toward Tejada. He bobbles it and hurries his throw. Hatberg has to come off the bag to get it. Gibson reaches. So the locals have a runner on the error. Score that E6 on Tejada. The runner's going. It's lifted high to shallow center. Shelby running in. He's there. And he makes the catch. 1 away. And Gibson returns to first as the throw comes in.
Gibson's got good speed. He's a speed 17. In APBA, you can be as high as a 20. So that's excellent. And this number here is the steal success number, which is based out of a chance of 36. So 34 out of 36 would be his chance to steal a base, which is outstanding. That particular year, you can see that Gibson had a tremendous success rate, 88% success. He stole 31 stolen bases. So let's see if Nick's manager, if Teddy's manager decides to send him.
Gibson is off and running. Line drive to third. Caught. Over to first. Double play.
Oh, the risk you run when you hit and run, right? Double play.
Sutton winds up. Cut on, and it's lined to center field. Base hit. Hunter's in. And it skips by him. He's after it. And Shelby is into second standing. Score that a double. Long came over quickly to back him up. For Shelby, his second double of the series. For Shelby, his fifth hit of the series. Shelby edges a bit more off second. He doubled to lead it off. Sutton cranks it up, a topper out front. Sutton has it, looks Shelby back to second. Now he throws to first. 1 away. Shelby holds.
Shelby's got solid speed at second, 17, so a solid single could get him in, especially to left, because if you look at Kirk Gibson's arm, he's a 23, about as weak as you can get. Not so much in right and center, though.
Shelby moves quietly toward third. Here's the delivery. It's back to him at the mound. He takes a high hop. It handcuffed him. Throws quickly to first. 2 away. Shelby moves to third. Checks third. The delivery. Hatberg lifts a rainbringer, twisting down the line. Long is after it. Tracks it near the right field line. And he grabs it for the out. Mizell brings it to the plate. Grounded hard to short. Tejada fields it. Over to Hatberg at first. In plenty of time. For out number 1. The pitch. Line to left center. Giving chase is Shelby. He hightails it to the track. And he snares it on the fly. 2 away. And the pitch. Hot smash to third. Hoke gets his glove on it. Now the long throw. Hatberg scoops it on 1 hop, and Cabrera is retired. Nice play on both sides of the infield. 3 away. Sutton into the wind. A bouncer back of second. Fielded by Ellis. He throws in time. 1 away. The pitch, cut on. Whack to center field. Base hit. Hunter is there, throws it in. And Tejada is aboard with a single. For Tejada, his second hit of the series. They're holding Tejada. But he's well off the bag. The delivery. There's a little blooper down the right field line. It might drop in. Long running. He gets there. That's the second out. Tejada is tagging, but the coach holds him at first. Sutton brings it. Taken for a strike. Nye goes down looking. He stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. 3 down. Mizell winds up. Mizell fans him. 1 away. He brings it in. Grounded hard wide of third. Hoke just reaches it. Over to first. In time for the out. 2 away. The pitch comes in. It's lifted high in the air. Center fielder Shelby parks under it. He's got it. And T is gone. Side retired. Here's a pitch. There's a bouncer to the left side, right where I is stationed. He takes his time with a peg and puts Skinner away easily. 1 down. He cranks and fires. It's grounded into the hole. Scooped by I. Thrown on to first. It's in the dirt. But they get him. T digs it out for out number 2. The pitch hit like a bullet right between Cabrera and I. A clean single to left for Mazeroski. For Mazeroski, his third hit of the series. They start the runner. Grounded to short. I has it. He'll go to first. 3 down. Mizell winds up. High fly ball to center. Shelby drifts back. He's at the warning track. Taps the glove and brings it down. 1 away. Mizell delivers. A little roller to the right side. Mazeroski pounces on it. The quick toss to Hatberg. And he nails I by a step for the second out. Mizell kicks and deals. Swung on. A squibber in front of the plate. Mizell is in. Picks it up. Spins, fires to first in time.
We got ourselves a pitcher's duel. No score after 5. Sutton has only allowed 1 hit. Mizell has been almost as good, only allowed 4 hits. Remember, both bullpens are pretty rested, so as we get closer to the later innings, that's going to be a factor. And then also remember, Petty's bullpen is a little bit better than Nick's, so that could definitely be a factor as we get into the 8th and 9th innings.
The pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. 1 away. He cranks and fires. Hit to straightaway center field. Should be no trouble. Hunter moves under it. And Justice is gone. 2 away. Sutton now yanked toward short. High dives, and it's through. Single for Tejada. Second hit for Tejada in the game. For Tejada, his 3rd hit of the series. The pitch. Swung on. Popped up. High is backing up quickly. Still backing. He's under it. And makes the catch. Now Mizell comes home with it. Cut on, and it's lined to center field. Base hit. Shelby's in, and it skips by him. He's after it. And Long is into second standing. Score that a double. Nye came over quickly to back him up. The go-ahead run is now at second base. For Long, his 1st double of the series. For Long, his 3rd hit of the series. Spins and throws to second. And they've got Long. 1 away. The throw was high. Good play, Tejada.
Wow, huge pickup off Long on second.
The pitch is on the way. Hot smash to third. Hoke gets his glove on it. Now the long throw. Hatberg scoops it on 1 hop, but he bobbles it. He's safe. And they give Ellis the hit. The go-ahead run has reached Mark with his 2nd hit in this game. For Ellis, his 2nd hit of the series. They're holding Ellis. But he's well off the bag. He comes home. Hit like a bullet right between Hoke and Tejada. A clean single from Cabrera. Justice is galloping for it. Ellis around second. But the coach is signaling to stop. He'll hold it second as the throw comes in. Back-to-back single. The go-ahead run is now at second base for Cabrera. His 3rd hit of the series.
And so far, that pickoff of Long looms large because that would have been more than likely with Long speed a run based on Cabrera's base hit. So we'll see how that plays out. But so far, that is a pivotal play.
The runners take their lead. The pitch. Money hits in the air to right center field. Nye is over. He has it. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in.
Can Mizell get out of this jam?
The runners take their lead. The pitch. On the ground to deep short. Tejada can't get there. It's through for a base hit. Justice running in. Still coming. Ellis is well around third. Cabrera is rounding second. They're waving Ellis in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's safe ahead of the throw. And Cabrera holds it second. Hunter is on with a single.
Mizell cannot get the job done.
Mizell turns and fakes a throw to second. And Cabrera scrambles back to second. Now Mizell is set again. Now Mizell pitches. Strike 3. He's out of there. 3 down.
I will say this, with a rested bullpen, I think if I was the manager, I would have brought in one of my top relievers, either Howell or Fingers, to face Hunter on that play. So that was a curious decision by by a Knicks manager not to bring in a reliever. Because Mizell started to get a little rocky there, so we'll see if that becomes a pivotal play. And again, my consideration would be Teddy's bullpen. You can't give him a lead because he's got a grade 19 and a grade 20 ready to throw at you. So we'll see how things play out the rest of the game.
The pitch. Hits one high. Hard right field. But it won't be enough. Long covers it. Routine. One away.
Close.
Sutton over the offering. Swung on. Foul tip. Held by Yost. Strikeout. 2 down. The pitch is on the way. Shelby strokes it sharply toward short. Into the hole. Plants himself for the long throw. Guns it hard to T. Got him. 3 away.
Of course, the way Sutton is pitching, he's not thinking bullpen. He's thinking more complete game.
The pitch. Swung on. A squibber in front of the plate. Mizell is in. Picks it up. Spins. Fires to first. In time. Mizell winds up. Fastball. Hits him right in the helmet. He's down. But he seems to be okay. And he wanders vaguely down to first.
That's his first time clobbered in this series.
He brings it home. Swung on. Strike. Is running. The peg. Tags him. And this race goes to That's his first steal of the series. Mizell working on to hold him close. And now the pitch. High fly ball to left. Justice drifts over. Plenty of room. And makes the catch. Is tagging. But they're holding him at second as the throw comes in. Speedy edging toward third. Here's a pitch from Mizell. Long gets this one in the air. On the infield. The shortstop Tejada drifts over behind second base to make the catch for the third out. The pitch. Swung on, line to short. And he spears it. Mazeroski is gone. 1 down.
Well, there's a good chance that Teddy will not need to use his bullpen because if you notice, Don Sutton's grade has improved from a grade 14 to a grade 19. So in the APBA game, there are escalators for performance. So in other words, in the case of Sutton, he's a grade 14. If he pitches 7 innings of scoreless baseball, he gets a 5-grade bump starting in the 8th inning, which is exactly what he got now. So that's very significant, from a 14 to a grade 19. So technically, there's no reason for Teddy to even have to go to his bullpen right now. It could be Sutton's game the rest of the way.
And here comes Locals manager Miller. He's asking Sutton for the ball. Taking the mound for the Locals is Holton, the right-hander. So Sutton gets his innings. He pitched 7 1/3. His line, 5 hits. He struck out 4. He stands to win it for Holton. His second appearance of the series. The right-hander Holton has worked 1 inning. He has a 0 ERA, 1 save. It's his game to save.
So this is an example of where the computer manager made a move that if this game was being managed by a human manager, it probably wouldn't have happened. There's nobody on. Don Sutton just got a bump from a grade 14 to a grade 19. You're bringing in Holton, who, yes, is a tiny bit better at a grade 20, You might have been able to save Holton for the next game. There's no need really to bring him in at this point. Nobody on. Sutton's a grade 19, so that was a curious move by Buck Miller.
Holton winds and fires. Misses the strike zone. Hoke ambles to first, and Holton is expressinating out on the mound. He's not happy with himself, and Holton has walked the tying run. First baseman T perched right in front of the bag. The pitch, just over the knees, the plate up, thumbs him out. That's 2. He wheels and deals. Holton jams him. Justice fights it off and muscles it toward shallow right. It drops back at first and rolls into foul ground. Long hustles over. Still after it. Now he's there. Hoke is around third. They're waving him in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And Hoke's safe easily. Tie game.
Wow,
and Justice
huge.
holds with a double.
Huge double by Justice, and he didn't hit it hard. It was just looks like it was a bloop down the line, but it squirted away from long a little bit, and with 2 outs, the runner was on the move, and that was enough to get him home. And I think Hope was a grade 15 speed, I believe. So it wasn't slow. Yeah, grade 15. So that was good enough to get him home. Look at this. We have ourselves a tie game. So bringing in Buck Miller, bringing in Holton has backfired. There was no need to bring him in. Sutton had things under control.
Pitcher Holton eyeing Tejada. Now he's ready, and they are putting Tejada on. He trots down to first. Miller will let Holton take his chances with Smith.
I'm surprised Knicks manager Felipe Hernandez is not putting in a pinch runner for Justice at second. So speed in APBA is rated, again, from up to 20 as best, and as low as a 3, I believe, on the low end. So obviously Justice is very slow. So we'll see if that factors into what happens next.
The runners take their lead. He lets it go. Smith hits a P past the diving T. Just inside the bag. It's rolling. Long will have to play it near the corner. Justice scores. Tejada is around third. They're waving Tejada in. High will relay. And he scores. Smith holds second with a double. As the throw comes back in.
Huge double by Smith. Hal Smith was one of Nick's best hitters with a clutch go-ahead double. Drives in 2. Brian Holton, Nick's Teddy's best reliever, getting hammered a little bit. So this is interesting. Definitely that replacing of Sutton has backfired on Teddy's manager.
And here comes Locals manager Miller again. He's asking Holton for the ball. On his way to the mound is B, the right-hander. So Holton goes only 1/3 of an inning. He yielded 3 runs so far on 2 hits. Walk 2. 1 strikeout. He's responsible for the runner. For B, his first appearance in the series. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's looking for 1 out. The pitch. Grounded hard at Cabrera. He takes a high hop. Juggles it. The long throw to first. Just in time.
So what we saw happen in that half inning is emblematic of what we see often in real baseball. If your starting pitcher is under control, has the game under control, passing the eye test as well as whatever sabermetric parameters you're using to gauge his performance, why would you bring in a relief pitcher where you don't really know what his performance is going to be that day. You could have an excellent relief pitcher who just doesn't have it that day. You want to deal with known factors. If the pitcher you have is pitching well, leave him in the game until he shows you otherwise.
Pitching change for visitors. Righty Fingers will take over and face Ellis. So Mizell gets his innings. He pitched 7. His line, 1 earned run on 5 hits, 1 walk. He struck out 2. He stands to win it. For Fingers, his first appearance in the series. He's a right-handed pitcher. It's his game to save.
So this is the right move by Knicks manager. Fingers is Knicks' second best relief pitcher, and Fingers is excellent. Grade 16 with a Z and a G. So Z is factors into how well he controls walks. G means he suppresses home runs slightly. Now, what's interesting is that Nick actually has a better reliever as well in his bullpen. So I would have been tempted to bring in his better reliever right from the get-go to secure this game. But again, Fingers is good, but there is a grade 18, Jay Howell, also in his bullpen that he could have brought in as well. So let's see how this goes.
Locals, Skipper Miller walking down the bench. He's going to his bench. Schofield has a bat in his hands. He'll go in for Ellis to face the right-hander. Ellis leaves this game with 2 hits. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Schofield goes down on strikes. 1 down. Fingers kicks and deals. Lazy fly to center. Easy chance from Shelby. He's got it. 2 down. The pitch. Oof! Money flails the air, but fails to make contact with the wall. He heads back to the bench. Side retired. Schofield. He is now playing second for Locals. B comes to him. Skinner dribbles one down the first baseline, but B is able to reach it. Shovels to T, hustling back, and that's all for Skinner. He cranks and fires, grounded to the right side. Schofield to his left, and it sneaks through. Single for Shelby. That's Shelby's second hit of the game. For Shelby, his 6th hit of the series.
So let's take a look at Shelby's. He's obviously fast, grade 17, but he's also very good from a stolen base percentage perspective. So 29 again in APBA. It's everything's out of 36 chances. So 29 out of 36 is excellent. He stole 16 bases in real life. So from a strategic standpoint, it wouldn't be a bad idea to send him here. Let's see if Knicks manager Felipe Hernandez decides to do that. Yes, he does.
B brings it to the plate. Swung on, strike. The steal is on. Yost fires it down. Shelby has this base wrapped up. He's safe at second. That's his second steal of the series.
Huge play, and the other thing that made that stolen base attempt enticing is Ned Yost has a -4 on his throwing, which means that 4 gets added on to Shelby's rating. So Shelby actually turns into a 33 for that particular stolen base attempt. The pitcher also factors into it. Let's see if Benoit had any suppression on his move to first. No, he did not. So Shelby had an excellent chance of succeeding there, and he did.
Shelby at second takes a big lead. The pitch, Mazeroski lofts a routine fly ball to center. Hunter has it measured, moves in, and pulls it down. Shelby held up, and now he tags, but they're holding him at second as the throw comes in.
Another run here would be huge for Nick's team.
Shelby stretches his lead off second. The pitch. Off-balance swing. Missed. That's 3 away.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the ninth.
The Hernandez wheels is starting to spin. Felipe makes his move. Musser is now playing first base.
Hatberg
Is out. The pitch. Hunter hits a frozen rope to straightaway center. Right there is Shelby, and he gloves it for the putout. 1 away.
All right, 1 down. That move of Tony Muser at first improves the defense a little bit from a 3 to a 4. One down.
The pitch is on the way. Fastball, badly fooled. Strike 3. 2 down. Fingers over the offering. Hit hard to Tejada. He takes a high hop, throws quickly to first, and he's out on a close play. And that's the final out of the game.
All right, huge comeback by Nick's team with 3 runs in the top of the 8th off ace reliever Brian Holton, who was, during the Sim Auction and during the Sim Auction World Series, he was a huge factor in Teddy's team. But in this particular game, Holton lets the team down. All right, let's go to the other screen and take a look at the box score. All right, let's take a look at this game here. So Nick's team 8 hits, Teddy's team 5. On Nick's side, let's see, we had Tejada with 2 hits, Smith with that clutch double, 2 RBIs. Let's see what other call-outs. Shelby steals a base. And then on the hitting side for Nick, only 5 hits, so not much to speak of there. 2 of them by Ellis. Iglesias steals a base. And then on Nick's pitching side, Mizell pitched an excellent game, only 1 run on 5 hits in 7 innings. Fingers comes in, throws 2 scoreless innings. No hits, no walks. Nicely done by Fingers. And that also gives Jay Howell unused, so he's rested for the next game. And then on Teddy's side, really the big thing here, 2 things. Don Sutton had the game under control. 5 hits, no runs, 7.1 innings. And then for whatever reason, the manager decides to bring in Holton. And Holton, a great 20. Just doesn't happen. 3 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and that really was the game. All right, huge victory by Nick's team, 3-1. Nick now takes a 2-1 lead. I will be playing game 4 shortly and posting it, so please come back and take a look. So far, Nick's team ahead 2-1.